What is going on, guys? In today's video, yes, I know I look weird wearing work boots while wearing shorts and a shirt, but this video here is revolved around the PT test that I'm gonna have when I go to BCT. So since I'm gonna be wearing Army boots over there, or I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be wearing some sort of Army boot, I decided to use my work boots. That way I can get as close to what it's going to be like whenever we do perform the test. With that being said, in this video, we're going to be tested on our deadlifts. We're going to be tested on our sprint drag carries, push-up hand releases, planks, and our 2-mile run. So stay tuned to see how I perform. I went on the goarmy.com page, and pretty much they have the list of what things, the order sequence, the things going, and the point system as well. So as we're progressing in all this, I'm gonna go through all of this. I'm gonna go through the whole test, and at the end, we're gonna add up all the points and see if I got what it takes to be a soldier boy, be Army strong, right? So let's get right into the test. All right, so up first is our deadlift. I have to do 3 repetitions of whatever my maximum weight is. I have to be able to pretty much just grab it, have good form, go up, bring down 3 times. I cannot I cannot drop the weight. I have to fully come up, stand up, and then go back down, and my form pretty much just has to be good. I don't know what the standards are when it comes to the form, so I'm just gonna do the best that I can here to my abilities and hope that whenever I go do over there, it's good enough for the drill sergeants or instructors who are gonna be testing me on this stuff. But yeah, with that being said, 3 repetitions. I'm gonna scoot this weight over a little bit. There you go. Here we go. Easy enough. On to the next one. Alrighty, up next are going to be our push-up hand releases. This one, it is on a time limit, so I have to do as many as I can within 2 minutes here. So, with that being said, I do have all 2 minutes to perform the push-ups as long as I can, but my time or my test will stop if at whatever point I can't do any longer. It's not like, oh, I can do 5, 10, then take a break and then continue. No, I have to be in a continuous motion, right? I cannot stop, so whenever I'm doing my hand releases, it's a tactic to go slow if you need a bit of a break. That way when you come here, you rest it and then you push back up. Again, I'm pretty sure they are going to look for form and all that stuff. I'm not sure what the regulations or qualifications are for a good push-up, so I'm just going to do as many as I can to my best ability within that 2-minute time frame. With that being said, let's get into it. 2, 1. I have a minute left, not that bad, and I counted 23 push-ups. With that being said, I don't know why I got up. I'm gonna have to get back down there because up next we're doing the planks, I think. All right, so up next we have the sprint drag carry, which pretty much this is gonna be my starting point over here up against the wall. If you take a look, I have all of my stuff already lined up on the floor there. So essentially the way this is going to work is that's going to be my starting point. I measured it out to over here. It's 25 yards. The test said it's 50 meters. I don't know how long that is in yards. Let me Google that. Yeah, okay, so roughly, okay, so from here to there, it's 22 yards, right? Because I'm just going to run up to where the ladder is and just turn back because that's all the space I have here. And the 25-meter run, which is what the test is actually going to be, is 27 yards. So it may just like quite a bit more that way, right? But I mean, it's the best I can do with what I got, right? So, promise I'm a grown-ass man. So, with that being said, the thing is, or the way this works is, starting point, I have to run down, touch the line over there, which I don't have a line, so I'm just gonna run down, come back, I have to come back, pick up the 90-pound sled, drag it all the way over there, and then drag it all the way back, and then I had to kind of like side run all the way down, all the way back, and then when I come back, I have to pick up 2 45-pound dumbbells, but I think of the test is going to be 40-pound dumbbells, but I'm going to do it with 45s. Again, run down, run back, and then drop the weights, run down again, just running, and then run back, and then that's where my timer is gonna stop. So this one is a stopwatch exercise where pretty much just start the clock and you have to do this as fast as possible.
3, 2, 1,
Get ready to stop it when I touch the wall. All right, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Honestly, hold on. I don't know the requirements for that one, so I don't know if that time is good or not. And granted, maybe add like an extra like 30 seconds maybe for that extra 5 yards that I have to push back because it's 27 and I have 22. Whew. That's tiring though. No breaks, on to the next one. Stay to the end if you want to find out if this time was actually decent or not, because again, I have no clue what the requirements or minimums were for this one. Holy shit. All right, up next is the plank. Rules for this one, again, it's a time-based one, so stopwatch, my cameraman's gonna tell me when, and I go. The form for this one, back has to be straight, no lifting the butt. Time stops as soon as I lift the butt or fall to the ground, and I cannot lock hands. I cannot do any of this stuff. My hands can touch like this, but I cannot interlock in any way or fashion. No holding on, nothing like that. Fist, and they can touch at best, from what I understood, right? So, let's get into it.
3, 2, 1.
This sucks. 109. All right, 109 is my time here. I saw on TikTok that the world record is held by a woman. She did 4 hours of fucking planking. 4 fucking hours. That's insane. I barely did a minute and 10 seconds. All right, once again, I think that one was ass because I think the minimum is 1 minute and 30 seconds. So, I don't know, but overall, my scores at the end of the PT, like all the points have to add up, like minimum passing requirement is 300 points total, right? And like I think the minimum, which is what I'm basing all of my stuff on, is 60. So I'd have to see how much that time adds up at the chart towards the end. So yeah, stick around because we're gonna find out if I'm Army strong or if I got what the Army requires or needs, or if I meet the Army standards. Now the 2-mile run, this one's gonna suck ass because I have to do this one under 22 minutes. So 11 minutes per mile. And as it is, I'm gassed out on the first mile and I do that one in 11 minutes. So, yep, it's 22 minutes of this shit. I feel like David Goggins trying to talk to and look off to the side to my cameraman as I'm running. Who's gonna carry the boats? You don't know me, son. You don't know me. But yeah, just nice steady pace for as long as I can do this. I'm not good at running, man. Not good at running at all whatsoever. I don't know how the PT test is gonna be on that actual day. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be wearing like Army boots, because these are steel toe boots, right? So I'm just I'm guessing they would train you in your uniform. I'm not sure, because I've seen some people do it in like a black shirt and like shorts and all that stuff. So I don't know. I really don't know how it's gonna be, so I try to add that extra little hard factor to my stuff. Like, I don't know if the dumbbells we did the drag and carry with are gonna be 45 or 40s, so I went with the 45s. I don't know if we're gonna be wearing Army attire, so I went with steel toe boots, you know, to add that extra weight, give me that authenticity behind it. Yeah, but this 2-mile run, this is what's gonna kill me, because I've never been big on cardio, but I've been busting my ass in all the other aspects, right? I've joined a CrossFit gym. I feel like that's helped me quite a bit with my conditioning. But obviously once you put all of it together, it tires you out, wears you out a bit, which is something I wasn't planning ahead of. Like, yeah, I'll do CrossFit. Yeah, I can run a mile pretty decently, you know, pretty fast at 11 minutes, which is fast for me because I used to take forever to do a mile. Sometimes couldn't even do a mile, 4 laps around the track. But now, like having to do one thing back to back to back, it's pretty hard once you put it all together, you know? Like, yeah, I could do your sprint drag carries. Yeah, I could do as many, I can pull off a crap ton of push-ups. But when you put them in a test like this, where when you're done with one, you go to the next, it takes a toll. So it's better to just start preparing for what's to come. Yeah, my doctors weren't too fond of me joining the Army because I am diabetic. So they're like, there's no shot, there's no chance. That 5.7 they want you under, it's not possible. You know, so I had to tell them, like, I want to do this. You know, like, y'all can either help me or I can just find another doctor who's willing to sign off on the waiver. And they're like, fine, we'll do the blood work. We'll test your A1C. But you being under a 5.7 isn't realistic. And I said, watch me. When I did my blood work, I got some of the results back. And based on the levels of what the test gave me, because I'm still waiting on like one more test, but based on what they've given me so far, my A1C is under the 5.7. I'm at like a 5.4. So I can't wait to shove that in my doctor's face, because they're like, if you're able to, we still wouldn't feel comfortable signing this waiver off for like a whole nother year. And I'm like, that's stupid, right? So once they read the documents, and because like I need someone to be able to read that shit, because, you know, doctor stuff. So once they tell me, yeah, you're under a 5.7, now time to wait for a year, and be like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna go with someone who actually thinks that I can do this shit, you know? So I'm doing everything in my power to be able to do this. Like, the moment I set my eyes on the Army, I cut off all sugars. Cut off all sugars, went on extreme diets. I'm doing everything that I can in my power to be able to do this, you know? I'm 6 minutes in, and I'm halfway through my first mile. So I'm about to clock in at like 12 minutes a mile. Gotta get faster, man. It's that cardio, man. It's that running that I can't get down. You know, like my knees burn up, my shins start to like burn up too. Like I feel it in my calves, I feel it in my shins. My knees, they start to like feel like hot as hell. I don't know what it is. I just gotta keep putting in that work. Be consistent with it. The good thing is that even if I fail the test right now, like in this video, but like as y'all saw, or at least I'm hoping to see, is that I'm pretty sure I passed the minimum requirement on the deadlifts. A sprint drag and carry, pretty sure I got the minimum on that too. Push-ups, not 100% sure, but if I can reach the minimum on most of my exercises right now, like I can push past that and do more when I keep doing my training, because I'm not going to stop right now, right? I'm still going to keep training. I did the minimum here on the deadlifts because those are all the weights I have access to right now, but I can do more than that. So I'm well past the minimum on that, you know? So if I can reach minimum, or if I'm just shy of the minimum, BCT is 2 months, like 10 weeks of them constantly on your ass, pushing you to do more exercises, Drop down and do a shit ton of push-ups. Drop down and do a crap ton of planks. Go run this obstacle course. Jump over this, crawl over that. Like, they're gonna get you to that point. So like, even if you don't meet the standards, when you go in there, they're gonna get you to that point to where you can meet the minimum standards. But if you go in there already meeting the minimum standards, for those 2 months, you're gonna be well past that, you know? Like, you're gonna build off. People go in there with nothing and build off of that and meet the minimum. So if you go in there with the minimum and build off of that, you're gonna be damn near maximizing the scoreboard on all exercises, right? But you gotta push yourself. You gotta put in the work before you head in there, you know? Like the recruiters, they hold a training every Thursday. That's 1 day out of the week. What are you doing all the other days? Are you still pushing towards that goal? Are you watching what you eat? Because you're not gonna eat good over there. They're gonna give you the minimum of what you need to live, but you're not gonna be at a 5-star Michelin star fucking restaurant. No, they're gonna give you the amount of shit that you need to either lose weight, gain weight, or whatever they need from you, right? So what are you doing on that spare time right now while you wait around to be sent off to the Army, you know? Like, are you putting in the work right now? Are you doing all this extra shit to try to go in there prepared, you know? And I'm not big on talking about it, but I'm excited about the Army. That's why I've been doing a lot of videos and content around it. It's something that excites me. It's something I really want to do. You know, but like doing the 75th Ranger Regiment, I'm going to try to get that option 40 under my contract before I go in there. You know, like right now I look like shit. A lot of y'all might say, oh, you don't have what it takes. You're probably not going to pass if you barely meet the Army standards, minimum standards. What makes you think you're going to meet the Rangers minimum standards, you know? Because like they're a special force, right? So they're a special team. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the work behind the scenes, cutting time out of my video games, cutting time out of my family to, you know, to put in that extra 1 hour, 2 hours a day of like going to do that shit, you know, working out, going for that run and all that crap. I'm lasered in on this military thing, you know. My dieting, I haven't broke my dieting in a long ass time, you know, trying to get my sugars down, because it's something hard for diabetics to overcome, is regulating your levels. And I've gotten to the point where I don't use insulin anymore. And according to my doctors, I'm insulin dependent. But my levels have been on point, you know. You gotta laser in, you gotta focus. Sadly, for this video, I'm not gonna hit the minimum requirement on the 2 miles. I got 13 minutes and I'm not even a mile in. I'm at 0.86. Look down on me, guys. Let's sit down here, let's talk. Yeah, so there's no point for me to do the whole 2 miles for this video because I don't want to make it long for y'all guys. I'm still probably going to finish it once I stop talking to y'all here. But yeah, 0.85 miles. And that's like, I still need a straight and a curve for the 1 mile mark. And I'm at 13 minutes, right? So I'm well over the minimum requirement. I'm at 26 minutes a mile, but for that second mile, you're gonna slow down even more. So you're looking at like maybe 30 minutes for me to do 2 miles. Hey, it happens. I'm not gonna go join the Army tomorrow. I'm probably still looking at like a month or two before I have to go do that. And that's gonna be a month or two of me busting my ass, of trying to run every day, of doing everything in my power to bring down the mile time, but try to keep up my strength and all that stuff, because I can't lose too much muscle either, because then that's just gonna affect me in all the other areas, right? So the whole point is try to build some muscle or maintain the muscle that I currently have and be able to lose some of that weight. That way I can get a bit lighter and all that stuff for my cardio time. But with that being said, let's go into the results. Let's see how I did. All right, so now the moment we've all been waiting for. What is my final score? Am I Army qualified? Do I have what it takes to be in the Army? So, with that being said, for our deadlifts, we did a total of 180 pounds. I did not add the extra weight of what the actual equipment weighs. I just added the weight of what plates I had on there. So 90 on each side equals 180. I don't know if in the actual test they're gonna add the weight of the actual equipment that we're gonna be using. So I just went off of whatever weights I had. For that, we did 180 pounds. Gives us 67 points on their score sheet, right? Then for our push-up hand release, I did 23 push-up hand releases, hoping that my form was good and sufficing for them. That gives us also 67 points. For a sprint drag carry, we had done 1 minute and 30 seconds, but I went ahead and added an extra 20 seconds just to kind of make up for those extra 5 yards that I would have to do, right? So 1 minute and 50 seconds, that gave us 83 points. Then for our plank, we did 1 minute and 9 seconds. I think I have a little bit more in me to probably make it to the 130. But sadly, whenever we attempted it, I did not have it in me to get to that point. So the points on that were pretty low. We got 28 points. And then for a 2-mile run, we obviously, as y'all can see, did not finish our 2-mile run. So with that being said, and adding all this up, it gives us a total of 240 points. I am 60 points shy from the minimum passing pretty much just grade, right? I had to have a total of 300 points in order to pass my PT test and be Army qualified. Since I did not do it this time around, technically this is a fail and I would have to get recycled and redo the whole tryout all over again. So I do have, it's not that alarming because I still have like 2 months out before I have to go do that. So I can definitely put in some work on this. Like I mentioned on the deadlifts, the only reason I did 180 is because that's all the weight I have access to. I'm pretty sure I could do an extra maybe 45 plate on each side and that would boost up my points significantly. For the push-up hand releases, just do a crap ton of push-ups on a daily basis. Do a whole bunch of different variations. That way I can get that shoulder strength and that forearm strength to be able to do push-ups. So that might go up as well. And then our sprint drag carry, just got to get faster. Got to get faster with moving with heavy objects on me. The planking, just got to work on my abs. Got to work on my abs. Got to do a whole bunch of crunches. Work on my core strength a bit more. That way I can hold off a little bit longer on that. And that 2-mile run, man. We all know it. I know it. I got to get faster. I got to be able to maintain my speed, get a good pace, and maintain it for a bit longer durations. So I can at least make the minimum requirement, right? It's 11 minutes per mile to equal the minimum score point of 22 minutes. I got a lot of work to do. But we're going to get there. We got 2 months to do this. I have faith in myself. I'm pretty sure I can do this. The feats and accomplishments I've already done so far, from not being able to do like 10 push-ups in a row to now being able to do like 30 or 40, from not being able to do a whole bunch of lifting weights to now being able, you know, having decent size strength. Like when I started this journey off, I was pretty dookie at everything. And right now I'm still dookie at quite a few things, but I've gotten better and I've noticed a difference in some of these things. So just got to keep the grind going. Sadly, this would have been a fail. I would have lost in the, I would have failed the PT test, but we still got time. We got 2 months of preparation before I get sent off to BCT, hopefully. And then we got the whole 2 months of PCT that I'm going to be in there to better my shit, you know. And I'm going to have the support of my family and I'm going to have the support of the sergeants over there pushing me to, you know, really push me to my limits and you know, just get to that point where they need me to be. With that being said, guys, hopefully y'all did enjoy the video. If y'all did, like, leave a share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all guys on the next one.